Hello and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Red Dead Online and we're doing another outfit guide. Today's guide is going to be for Michael Fassbender's character, Silas Selleck from Slow West. So this is a request I got a long time ago and I'm finally doing it. So hope you enjoy that if you are the one who requested it and you are still watching the channel. But in any case, we're going to do this guide like we always do them. We'll go through weapons, hair, and facial hair, and the outfit to try and help you imitate the character from Slow West in this case. But let's just dive on into it and start off with weapons. Alright, and so for our first weapon, we're going to be imitating his sidearm, the one that he uses most frequently throughout Slow West, and that is a Colt single-action army revolver, and so we're going to be imitating that with the Cattleman revolver here in the game. And so we put the ironwood grips on it, improved rifling, improved sights, the long barrel, because he does appear to have the 7.5-inch barrel version of the gun in Slow West. That being said, it doesn't appear to have any engravings or carvings on it, so all pretty simple there, and it looks to have a pretty close to factory finish, so I decided to go with the black and steel for the barrel and the frame, and then the brown steel for the cylinder, hammer, sight, and trigger. So I think that gives it a pretty uniform, factory finish, standard look for a Colt single-action army revolver from the period. That is the main weapon he uses in the movie, but he also has another weapon that I decided to also add for this outfit. And so for that other weapon, we are going to go with a repeater, because he notably uses one multiple times, and it is the Lancaster repeater in the game. It's just a Winchester in the movie, or I guess it could be one specific model of Henry, but I'm guessing it looks more like a Winchester to me because of the loading gate. But anyway, we're going to go with the Lancaster, and we're just going to make it look like this. This is kind of close to the factory design. The only option is I have gold here. You could replace the gold trimmings here with brass to make it look maybe a little bit more accurate, but a lot less flashy. So for the metals on this one, we're going to be doing blued steel for the barrel, the hammer, lever, and the sight, and then gold or brass, depending on what you prefer, for the trigger and the frame. And overall, it's going to make it look like that. Any wood varnish that you prefer looks good. Obviously, the darker ones are going to be more accurate and contrast better, and so therefore look better, but you can go with any wood you want. That being said, no carvings or engravings for this one, because the one he's using in the in Slow West appears to be pretty factory. So those are the two weapons we're going to be doing with Silas Selleck today. For hair and facial hair, it doesn't match perfectly, but I was able to come up with a pretty good one. I think a big problem is throughout different points in Slow West, he looks different, especially the hair. At certain points, you'll notice it's quite a bit shorter, and at other points, you know, it's got some length to it, especially behind the ears. But I think overall that this is the best looking option and the closest one that we were able to do. So for the hair, I went with the middle parted fade, and I did the second color variant, sort of a lighter brown look to it. For the facial hair, he's got sort of a barely discernible mustache for the most part, and so I went with the private and did color variant 2 on that one. There isn't really one that is as... because it's full, it's bigger than the private, so he has more of a mustache. It's just not very dark or very thick, so it doesn't have much of a presence. So you can either go clean shaven or the private. I think if you add any of the full mustaches, it totally throws off the look. But that is the facial hair that I went with. On the bright side, the stubble does help fill it in. It looks much worse clean shaven, so the stubble helps it look quite a bit more like Silas Selleck. So that's hair and facial hair. So there are like 5 or 6 decently iconic outfits that Silas wears during Slow West. That being said, I chose this one to go with, so you can see comparison side by side. Pretty dang close, able to match this one decently well. There are a bunch of other ones. Basically, like most movie characters, a lot of the variants come down to one or two things. Like, you could have this one be the exact same outfit. You know, here, it's just 3 different levels, so you could take the coat off and have that be one outfit, and take the vest off and have it be another one, and that would be 3 different outfits that the character wears throughout Slow West. That being said, let's just go down the list of what I chose for each item on this one, because I think it matches pretty well. And so for the hat, like always, we don't have an absolutely perfect match, but we can come pretty close if we go with the stalker hat and just stick with the first variant. It's not quite as dark as his is, but it's decently close, and it does have the wore-out, beat-up look that his has. So I think that is the ideal option. So I'm basing this off the one where he's wearing the bandana, so I like to include a bandana in the outfit. There's not really a perfect option, because his is sort of like a sage-ish green, but we don't really have anything that matches that super well, because the green, that's just too vivid, and it looks totally off-putting. So I decided just to go with this blue variant of it, because most of the lighting in the game, especially when you're wearing it, it actually looks decently close, and you want it to be a plain bandana, no patterns or anything like that. So that's why I went with this one. For the coats, I went back and forth with a lot of different options before I decided to go for the 5th variant of the brakeman jacket. It's roughly the same color, about the same style, pretty good for the material. It looks to match pretty well. So a lot of your brown leather-ish looking hip-length jackets are going to work pretty well. I just think the 5th variant of the brakeman jacket is the best option. For the vest, again, not perfect because his is a little bit darker than this, but it does appear to be the same style, and when you look at his, it does look like it has vertical stripes on it. So I think the 5th variant of the traditional vest is the best choice for his vest. The shirt he's wearing in the movie definitely depends on the scenes. At times it looks blue, at times it looks gray, at times it looks white. So it really is hard to say if he's changing his shirt or if it's just, you know, an inconsistency in filming and he wore different colored shirts in different scenes even though he wasn't supposed to. Hard to say, but I think that the 23rd variant of the everyday shirt, so the dirty white variant, is the best option. If not, then I suggest going with a light gray one because that matches pretty well too. Either way, not that big of a deal considering how much stuff you're wearing on top of it, so how little of the shirt you actually see. Just in case you're planning on stripping down to make different levels of the outfit, he does have one where he doesn't have the vest or the jacket on, but you can see suspenders. So I went with the crossback detail suspenders and did the 8th variant because they match the ones he wears in the movie pretty much perfectly. For the weapon equipment, the gun belt he's wearing appears to be pretty standard. It has bullet loops on it. It's kind of a medium light brown. It doesn't really have any decorative metal or anything on that. So I went with the 2nd variant of the bandit gun belt, this light brown variant. He does have a cool kind of other thing running off the other side of his hip that I think he keeps a knife in, but we obviously don't have an option for that. So this is all for weapon equipment. For the pants, we're going to go with the 8th variant of the Bandito pants. I almost said gun belt, the Bandito pants, because they match the color and style of his pretty much perfectly, so there's not really a better option, but, you know, if you don't have these, any other tan or light beige pants will work well. For boots, we did the 2nd variant of the stove-type square-toe boots, these sort of slightly worn-out light brown ones. They match the ones he wears in the movie pretty well. And we did not add any spurs. So that is the whole outfit. Like I said, I mean, you can't see his face in the specific picture that I chose here, but you can see it in other ones, and if you're familiar with Slow West, then you'll recognize anyway. But that is where we're at. I think it matches pretty dang well, gets the vibe across, and just overall looks like a pretty good outfit. So that is Silas Selleck from Slow West. And that is all we have for today's video. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Hope you found it useful or entertaining, or maybe if you're the person who probably over a year ago requested this video, hopefully you're finally satisfied. If you have any other requests that I haven't done, and I recommend before asking, just checking, because I've probably got 60 or 70 different outfit guides from most of the really iconic Western properties already on the channel. So if there's something that you want to see, definitely check first. But otherwise, leave it down in the comment section below. I'm currently playing the game a lot, so I'm pretty likely to make quite a few videos for it before I get sick of it again. And so there's a good chance that your request will actually make it into the roster once I've worked through all of the old requests that I'm still working on. So with all that in mind, hope you enjoyed the video, but that is all for today, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.